our voices heard. That is why. There's a list. It's people. Let's show Bob with it.
I would start this off with an exploding head pun, but I wouldn't want to blow your minds. What it is, what it do, it's your boy Captain Informer, back for another epic breakdown of The Boys, Season 2, Episode 7, Butcher, Baker, Candlestick, Maker. So much stuff happened this episode. However, it is imperative we hit on some of the biggest WTF scenes, and yes, of course, that will include the very explosive ending scene, but we gotta build up to that, you feel me? Make sure you stick around for that. But in the meantime, do you find yourself asking, why haven't I caught your previous episode breakdowns, Captain Informer? Well, that's simple, my uninformed friend. You probably haven't tapped on the subscribe button. I do in fact do these every week for this show and many others, so if you are stumbling in from Facebook or any other social platform, please do so, as well as hitting that like button, and here's a playlist for the rest of my episode breakdowns for this season. So happy we got that out the way. So, the start of this episode indicates that Vought has gone into full fear-mongering mode to not only aid their war against soup terrorists, but also to put a lid on the whole Compound V fiasco. The citizens are restless, and random incel dudes are shooting random store clerks in the head. It's getting crazy out there. Annie's whole vigilante side quest is cut short after her mom is used as a tracking device for Vought to pin her. Black Noir busted into this coffee shop they met at, and Starlight went night-night. Back with the boys, they are planning to use Lamplighter as a key witness against Vought to uncover the truth about what has been going on at Sage Grove. Unsure he will make a strong enough case, Billy goes on his own solo mission to confront or threaten Jonah and his whole family to testify against Vought. Before this, we get a pretty important scene between Billy and his father after he gets a call that he's dying. So essentially, Billy and his brother Lenny had a rough upbringing under their father. No surprise there, but there's clearly been bad blood there ever since the passing of his brother, which he blames his father for. And speaking of bad blood between dads and their sons, Homelander and Stormfront both took an unplanned visit to his baby moms, Becca, and his son, Ryan. This was, of course, after their rally where they come out publicly as a couple and pretty much told American citizens to stand back and stand by, right? This show and its real-world relevance is almost too much. Almost. Anyways, everyone seemed just thrilled about the visit, except of course Becca, who literally begged for Homelander to leave them in peace. Which she actually might have, if it weren't for the influence of Stormfront, who only made the already super anxious Becca even more anxious. See, the buffer between her and Homelander was that he actually had the fantasy of them being one big happy family at some point, but with Stormfront now in the picture, his ideals have switched, to say the least. They end up taking Ryan away after revealing some cold hard truths to him, and Becca is literally powerless in stopping them. It's evident that Homelander does actually care about his son, and he even says he doesn't want him to be messed up like he was growing up, but my confidence in him raising a young boy with his powers into an actual decent human being is, well, shaky. Anyways, things inevitably end with Maeve and Elena, but who didn't see that coming? Elena can't seem to get over the footage she saw and is now terrified of what a life with Maeve would mean for her. Maeve, of course, takes this hard, and is almost a parallel with Homelander, as it shows that due to the dark lives these soups live, they are unable to have long-lasting relationships with others that don't really understand them, and it's kind of tragic. And speaking of relationships, Huey and Lamplighter decide to go on a duo mission to save Annie after they find out she's been captured by Vought. They end their awkward experience of watching cuck porn together to infiltrate Vought Tower, and to help free Starlight from her soup-proof prison, Lamplighter, well, he lights himself on fire to set off the sprinkler alarm, thus giving Annie access to her powers. So I guess that didn't last too long, right? I mean, the guy did seem suicidal, but now that will inherently make things harder to make a case against Vought with no witness. Right? Wrong. Our boy Billy pulls up in the fourth with an ace in the hole, as he's convinced Jonah, one of the people who not only helped make Compound V, but raised Homelander, to take the stand, which seems like a foolproof plan, right? Wrong again. Right when Jonah was to make his testimony live on television, the prosecutor's head explodes, his head explodes, the lawyers, the jury. Bro, it was nuts. And also gross. Shame on me by thinking that the boys wouldn't go there. But it was damn near the red wedding in that man. Y'all remember that, right? Like, you just didn't know who was gonna go next. Of course, Homelander and Stormfront were safe and secure, but it was kind of alerting that he looked like he didn't know what was going on either. I mean, could that suit even kill Homelander? And where was she? How far a distance can she kill people from? And who found her and made her do this? So many questions. Guys, I'm still kind of speechless after this episode. But needless to say, this was another knockout episode for me. And next week is the finale, and I truly don't think I'm ready. That's, however, going to do it for this breakdown. But please leave me your own thoughts in the comments below. Of course, don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe. And I'll see you all for the final episode of season 2. Peace!